Welcome back, guys. It's my video in a couple months, so I want to get back. I've been, really looking at NFL film and college film and looking at these players, so I'm providing a mock draft for you. Number one, I've heard some speculation that Mendoza, like, might not be picked at number one, but I feel like it's a good option, so I'm going to put Fernando Mendoza at number one. For the Jets, I like a lot of these. David Bailey makes sense. Ruben Bain makes sense. A lot of people make sense. I'm gonna go Orville Reese, just because the upside, and you can play him at edge or a linebacker. And I mean, he's a monster. I've heard the Cardinals are projected to trade down. Will I do that? It is a round 2 mock draft, so I don't know. I think they have a lot of needs. Now they have quarterback. I mean, I think Francis Mauigoa is, the prime candidate to get drafted there if they're not comfortable with Ty Simpson. For the Titans, I mean, Jeremiah Love, I've seen recently. I mean, Sonny Styles, Ruben Bain, David Bailey. I mean, a lot of these players make sense. But you know what? I'm gonna go. I was thinking about going Cardinal Tate, but there's other needs. I think Ruben Bain makes more sense with the addition of Jermaine Johnson. So Ruben Bain can play that kind of interior, where Jermaine Johnson's that actual edge player. And then for the Giants, I have Sonny Styles, Carnell Tate. I've seen Jeremiah Love. I don't know why they would do that. I mean, I get it somewhat, but you have Tyrone Trace, you have Cam Scatterwood. Those are your running backs for the future. So I'm gonna go Styles for this one. The Browns, I like the Browns. I believe in Shador. I've heard that Deshaun Watson might get the starting role, which is insane. I mean, I don't know why they would do that, but I'm gonna give them some tackle help. I think there's plenty of receivers down the board. I'm gonna go Monroe Feeling. Washington, I think David Bailey's not David Bailey. I think Jeremiah Love's the pick. I mean, David Bailey is still pretty good, but I think Jeremiah Love is definitely the pick for the Commanders. I mean, if the Titans don't do it and the Giants don't do it, it's the Commanders. It's the Commanders, and then the Saints will do that. And I think Carnell Tate for the Saints is a good pick. You have literally nobody else other than Chris Olave who's good. He's not great. He's not bad. He's above average. But you also need a lot more help. You have a great offensive line, young offensive line. Defense needs to get better. But you also add, a good receiver in Carnell Tate. Chiefs at number 9. I'm going to go Dave Bailey. I think Dave Bailey is a great pass rusher. Needs to develop against the run, but it will definitely add to Kansas City. And I think they will be very, very good next year. You definitely need to go DB, though. DB is a big option. Maybe at 29, or maybe you go at 9 and take DB. I think it's a bit early, though. I think Caleb Downs is the best pick for the Bengals at 10. They need to upgrade that defense. I mean, the defense is horrific. Joe Burrow, I mean, I've said it before. I feel like if he gets injured another time, they might look for somebody else. But Joe Burrow is also very, very, very good. So he was injured last year and 2 years ago as well. So maybe. I think for number 11 for the Dolphins, they can go, I mean, anywhere. I mean, what do they need? Everything? I think you need receiver help. You, you really need receiver help. I'm going Lemon here. Malachi Lemon. At 12 for Dallas. I think Mansour Delane makes a lot of sense. They need corner. Trayvon Diggs was released and I think not signed as of recording this. He's terrible. So I don't blame them. So I think Mansour Delane is an instant starter, and Deron Bland had like that big interception year, and that was about it. And now he's getting torched. But Rams at number 13. I think. I mean, Jordan Tyson. I mean, it would be a nightmare for my Seattle Seahawks. I am a Seahawks fan. It would be a nightmare. Jordan Tyson would be interesting. I'm gonna go Spencer Fano. They need to upgrade the tackle. I mean, but there's not much. They could upgrade at linebacker. I mean, C.J. Allen's here. So, and for the Ravens at number 14, I've seen Jordan Tyson be mocked here. I just feel like I'm not. I don't even know how to say that, but the guard is probably their selection. I mean, they lost Tyler Linderbaum. They brought John Simpson. I just think they need that offensive line needs help, and their defense, I mean, is not great. I think they need another receiver, another big, more contested catch receiver, because Zay Flowers is smaller, run after catch, more conservative. I think they signed K. Don, so it does make sense to go Kenyon Sadiq here. So I'm not going to go that. What would the Bucks do? I mean, C.J. Allen's here, so might as well take him, right? Jets at number 16. Jordan Tyson is here. It makes sense. What did they go at 3? At 2, sorry. Arvell Reese. I mean, you can go corner, but I feel like there's good enough corners. There's good enough receivers. Do you take your quarterback in the future and Ty Simpson? I mean, if you're good at, I think you do. But you also have, the 33rd pick. So I think if you don't want to, you don't have to. But that also, Cleveland, I mean, could. Lions at number 17. I think Blake Miller is pretty good. But I also think Akeem Mesidor fits it a little bit too. I'm going to go Akeem Mesidor. And then I've heard the Vikings want, more production over, potential. So I've kind of go more. I mean, Dalton Thieleman's here. I think you take Dalton Thielemann here. They need safety desperately. And I think, his production is really good. So Panthers at number 19. I think Sadiq. I think Sadiq is the lock-in. I think Sadiq, or you go somewhere on the defensive line, like a Kedro Folk, or a Cassius Howell, or Keenan McDonald. Maybe down the board, probably, Keenan McDonald. If he makes it to your pick, which he probably won't. But yeah, I think the offense will be very, very, very good. Dallas at 20. They took, who'd they take? Mansour Delane. I think you upgrade it with, I think maybe you take 2 corners. You take 2 corners, you have a 3-corner. That wouldn't really make sense, but it would make sense, but I don't think they're going to go another corner. You have 2 solid corners. I think you go Folk Good run stopper, needs to upgrade as a pass rusher. Steelers, number 21. I think, well, with the recruitment of Michael Pittman, I don't think a receiver's in play anymore. I think you go Blake Miller. I really think you go Blake Miller. Upgrade that offense. Whoever might be the quarterback there, Aaron Rodgers, yet to make the decision. I mean, even it's Mason Rudolph or, I mean, God forbid, fucking Will Howard. But we'll see. 80-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Chargers at number 22. Huh. I don't think you need receiver that badly. I think you could take it. I think you maybe Kane McDonald here. But you also need to upgrade. I think you take Proctor, Kane and Proctor. You need to upgrade tackle, guard, put him somewhere he can play either. I feel like. And I think he would be a great fit because that offensive line is the worst in the league, literally. So, the Eagles at number 23. Okay, I'll say this. I've heard rumors about A.J. Brown getting traded in the draft. That would be unreal because he also got traded to the Eagles in the draft. I think, if I'm remembering correctly. I didn't watch it. I was really a big NFL fan. I think they should, if they don't want A.J. Brown, I don't know why you wouldn't. I guess maybe because there's too many weapons there, but Dallas Goedert getting older. You're not going to have a tight end next year probably. I don't know if he signed a 1 year or 2 year. I don't remember. I think you take, now I hate to say this, but I think you take Warren. I think you take Warren and you feel good about that pick. He can play safety. Or, I mean Jordan Tyson if you trade AJ Brown, which would be insane. But at the Browns at 24, perfectly falls in the lap for Jordan Tyson. And I mean, you get your players, you get them. Chicago Bears at 25. I think Cassius Howell makes sense here. Makes a lot of sense there. They need to upgrade their pass rush desperately. I mean, that's the only thing that's like an outlier is their pass rush. I mean, with Brisker leaving, they need safety, but I mean, you can find fine safeties down the board. And edge rusher is more valuable than a safety. Bills at 26. Okay. You bring in DJ Moore. I feel like you could still upgrade that position. But what if you go, TJ Parker? Upgrade that pass rush. You lost Joey Bosa. I don't think you're mad about that. He was terrible. He was fine at times. He was terrible. But you need help at pass rush. Pass rush, linebacker, safety. Defense is not great. I mean, corner you can even go. Niners at 27. They need receiver. Well, you have Mike Evans. Brandon Ayuk is on maybe, I don't know. He might get traded in the draft or soon. So I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to go Max Inachor. I don't know how to say that. Texans at 28. I think McDonald makes a lot of sense for this one. I think McDonald makes a lot of sense for this one. They need to upgrade their D-line. Their offensive line is terrible. If they want to go Inman Pregon is pretty good. Caleb Lomu is pretty good. I mean, even Chase Basantis is pretty good. So, I mean, they can go anywhere. I wouldn't be shocked if Chase Basantis made it in, but I wouldn't think of it. Kansas City back on the clock at 29. Who'd you go? I think you take Omar Cooper. I mean, Denzel Boston is an option. I'm gonna actually undo the pick and take Denzel Boston because I think you need more of a jump ball kind of receiver. I think Omar Cooper's kind of very similar to what they have already in Kansas City. And then for sorry about that. What they have for the Dolphins at 33, I think Omar Cooper fits very good with this pick because you take, I mean, Mellon and Cooper. I wouldn't be mad at that either, but I think you double dip on receivers, maybe, because you need receiver badly. I mean, you need corner. I'm not gonna undo the pick. I don't like undoing the pick, but if I were to change it, I'd probably go like, I'm gonna go Jared McCoy. Why not? I'll go Jared McCoy. You got Lemon. I think James Washington's there. Who's the Washington person? I don't know. Darnell Washington? I don't know. No, not Darnell. James. I don't know who's there, but something Washington. Something. But he was fine. So if you don't want to go back to back, I think you take corner. You're trying to rebuild again. You're in a rebuild mode. You traded Jalen Waddle to the Broncos. Unreal. Broncos are probably going to be really, really good next year. Patriots at 31. You need edge. You need linebacker. You need edge. I don't think you really. I mean, you could take your pick here and go Caleb Loma. I think you go Paragon here. I think you build that offensive line. You project Drake May. And you move, if you want to keep Will Campbell at tackle, you move Jerry Wilson to center. And then you put Paragon at guard. There you go. There's your offensive line. Seahawks at 32. I've seen Price in here a lot. I don't like the pick. I think he's good. I don't think he's a first-round pick. I wouldn't be mad at it. I would just be mad at the spot they took him in. Because, I mean, if this is what's available here, I'm taking Avion Terrell all day a week. You can look at running back later. I mean, Mike Washington. I mean, feels a way better pick. I'd rather have Mike Washington down the board than Price at number 32. Or you trade back, get more picks in the second round. You take Price and then another corner. It's really good at corner. It's not really good at corner. It's fine at corner. I mean, you have Chris Johnson. You have Pons I like. You have Cease. You have Hood. Keith Abney I like. Scott is pretty good. Stokes was on a visiting Seattle. He was pretty good during the combine. And then it gets bad. But the Jets at 33. Who are they picking? I think you go Omar Cooper here. You go Cooper here. Upgrade the receiving core. Make it better. Give Ty Simpson someone to throw to. Other than Garrett Wilson. You need somebody else. I mean, you could take Concepcion, but his drop rate is a lot. Cardinals at 32. Take Mount Noah. You flirt with, Lee Hunter. I think maybe Banks, Peter Woods. I think I'm gonna go Peter Woods. I think he's a little bit better of a better player than Banks, but I think they're pretty much the same. Titans at 35. I mean, you could go anything. I think I'm gonna take Rodriguez here. Jacob Rodriguez, 32. I think it's a pretty good selection. They're upgrading their defense. Their defense is horrific. It's terrible. Raiders at 36. Mendoza. You need help? I'm going to go wide receiver. I'm going to go Concepcion. Giants at 37. You go Sonny Styles. I mean, you could take corner. Guard is an option. I mean, Caleb Santos is an option. There's not really there's not good receivers. There's really not good receivers till down the board. I'm gonna go Brandon Cisse. I think Cisse is very good. I think he could be a first round pick. But in this mock draft he isn't. Titans at 36. Ooh. What if they take Jerion Price? I don't think they will. I think they're gonna go like Bazantis. That's what I'm gonna go as. I'm gonna go Chase Bazantis for the Texans at 38. Browns at 39. What do they go for them? Freeling, Tyson. I mean, they could even go another receiver or corner if they wanted to. I'm gonna go Colton Hood. I think Hood's a very good athlete. He's fine height, not great height, but fine height. Chiefs at number 40. You go David Bailey, you go Denzel Boston. I think you take a dog in D'Angelo Pons. He's an absolute dog. He's pretty good. Bengals at 41. Their defense is terrible. I think Caleb Banks slides this far. Bengals snatch him up. Upgrade their defensive line. Way better. I think Lee Hunter, Miller is an option. I think any of these players are honestly an option, except a receiver. Their defense is absolutely terrible. Saints at 42. You go Tate. You could go receiver back to back, but I don't think you would. I think you can go Cy Young because Chase Young's terrible. He's fine, but he's not terrible. He's not good. Dolphins at 43. You go Lemon and McCoy. I think you could take another receiver. I think you could take Chris Bell if you wanted to, but I'm going to take Holiday's good. I mean, a lot of good players here. I think you double dip on corner. You need corner desperately. And, I mean, you take Chris Johnson. He's a very, very good player. Jets at 44. Reese, Simpson, Cooper. I think you take... I mean, you don't have enough edge. If you don't you can take an edge rusher. I think Keenan Scott is pretty good for this pick. I thought he was taller. Though he's like 6'1". But he's, fine height. He is going to be 25, but I think you need to upgrade at corner badly. Ravens at 45. You need to upgrade that offensive line. And you got, the edge rusher, the name I can't think of. What is his name? Trey Hendrickson. You got him in free agency. You can go Jerry Bernard, but I don't think he's like great. But why not? Let's go Jeremy Bernard. Get more receiver help. Get Zay Flowers more open. He's very much taller than Zay Flowers, I think. I think Zay Flowers is like 5'9". He looks like on the field. Bucks at 46. I think you go R. Mason Thomas here. You go C.J. Allen. You go R. Mason Thomas here. Upgrade the edge room. I can't think of any notable players that are on the Bucks that are really good edge players. Kalijah Cansey is not great. Colts, their first pick, 47. You can go any number of ways. You lose a receiver. You can replace the receiver and Michael Pittman with Skylar Bell if you wanted to, or Chris Brazzell. Or what I'm going to do is move to Lee Hunter. Go Lee Hunter. I think he's a good player. His pat level is just high. He needs to just lower and be just actually, just become a monster like I feel like he can be. Falcons, their first pick. A lot of teams with only not a first round pick. 48. I mean, you lose Darnell Mooney. I mean, the Falcons are a mess. Chris Bell has an ACL, so maybe he falls a little bit. But I'm going to take him here. I think Chris Bell's very good, and he would, immediately be a starter on the receiving core. Minnesota at 49. They go Dalton Thieneman. I think Christian Miller is the pick. Slid down the board a little bit, maybe. But I think, he's pretty good. I think he's definitely a pretty good player. I mean, could even sneak into the first round. But I think he's like an early second round pick. Somewhere around, the 33 to like maybe 50 range. So, Lions at 50. Take Mesidor. I think you go with Caleb Lomu at 50. Upgrade the tackle. Taylor Decker is not your long-term option. Also, I thought I saw he was planning on retiring. I don't know if that's come true. But Panthers at 51. You take Sadiq. And then I think you take... you need another linebacker. But I think you take Skylar Bell. I think your receiving core is McMillan, T-Mac, Tet offensive. I think Jalen Coker, Skylar Bell. I think Xavier Legette, or however you say his name. I don't think he's a good option, a good third receiver. I think, he can come in like certain situations. But I think you upgrade that receiving core a little bit. You also go defense. But I'm not seeing any good players to take. Also, maybe trade for someone in the middle of the draft. Packers at 52. Keith Abney. Keith Abney is, all the way, dude. all the way Keith Abney. He feels like a Packer. Steelers at 53. You take Blake Miller. You don't need running back. You just don't need running back. I'm gonna go Dunker. Jenkins Dunker. I think that's how you say it. I think they need to upgrade the tackle. I think Broderick Jones is not good. Eagles at 54. Take McNeil Warren here. I think you take, could be A.J. Brown replacement, Chris Brazzell. He's extremely tall. 6'5", 200 pounds. I mean, he ran, phenomenally. So, at the combine. I think it was like a 4.3 or something. Unreal at that height. Chargers at 55. I think you could upgrade your tight end room. Receivers, even an option for the speedy Bryce Lance. I think even tackle for Caleb Tierman is an option. Not many great players. I think I'm going to go with Bryce Lance. I think he's a field stretcher. I think he's like a just win down the field, create space for, Ladd McConkey and the other receiver Quentin Johnson. Create space for them, make them feed underneath, and I think the Chargers offense will take another step. But also, offensive line is definitely need. But I don't know what you take. Do you take Caleb Tierman, the tackle? I don't know. Jags at 56. Their first pick. I'm going to go Eli Stowers. Offense was good last year. Let's upgrade it. Let's make a strength to more of a strength. Defense, you could go defense, but where do you go? Jake Holiday, yes. You lose Devin Lloyd. That makes sense. D-line, Derek Moore is fine. But Caleb Rutledge, I feel like would be pretty good for the Chargers. Zachariah Branch. Bears at 57. Speaking of Rutledge, they lose the center, right? I feel like I think he's better. I feel like he's a lot better. So I'm gonna go him. I don't know how to say. I'm gonna say Sam. We'll go Sam. I don't know how to say that. But I think he's a better center than Connor Lew is. Not Saints. Niners at 58. Not sure. I think Rutledge or you could go Surratt. I'm going to go leave the Zachariah Branch for the Niners. Texans at 59. You take McDonald, you take Basantis. You can go either way. You can take Rutledge, which is probably the option here. You can't have enough offensive linemen. You can take Tienerman. I think I'm going to go Tienerman, though. Theoretically, you could take Jaron DePrice. But I'm going to go Caleb Tienerman here. Bears at number 60. You take Sam at 57. I think now these are just players that could work your way up. I'm going to take Malachi Lawrence. I liked him during the combine. I think he did really good. I didn't really get to watch him that much, but he looked pretty good at the things that I saw. LA at 61. You take Fano. I think you take Jake Galladay. Galladay? I don't know how to say it. Here. Broncos at 64. Not 64. I can't speak anymore. 62. And you need... You really don't need to, you just take best player available here. And I think Trotter makes a lot of sense here. Josiah Trotter makes a lot of sense. Upgrade the linebacker core. Patriots at 63. Derek Moore. Big player. I think he's... Well, not a big player. He's, an edge player. But I think he's a pretty good edge rusher, honestly. I feel like he can sneak in the middle of the second round, but definitely a second round pick. Seahawks at 64. I'm going to take Jarante Price, and that is my mock draft. I think that's a pretty good mock draft, If the Seahawks take him at 32, I'm going to be pissed. I'll be mad at where they took him, but I won't be mad that we got him. But I think Mike Washington is a lot better. But I took Price here. If the Seahawks, if Price not's available and Mike Washington is, you pull the trigger on that. You pull the trigger on that. But if we get a corner high, and then Mike Washington or Price, I'm good. Receiver is an option. Edge, I think, is an option. But you need corner a lot, dude. Because with Mike Evans going to the 49ers, oh my God, it's going to be insane. So, thank you guys for watching. I hoped you enjoy the mock drafts. I'll be posting those every day, every Monday until the draft. I also have been posting mock drafts earlier than this on my Twitter if you want to go check out my previous mock drafts. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. So Twitch stream will be at 5 today. I don't know if this video will be uploaded by then, but at 5 today, Twitch stream, I will be live. I don't know what game we're going to play, but this is going to go on my second channel, and my main channel is more for, just playing games and having fun. But my second channel is more for the NFL and the scouting and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like. Please comment, if you don't like it, what I could fix. Again, I'm not, I'm not extremely I don't do this as a job. I want to. I love YouTube. I want, I want to do this stuff, for a living. I know I'm rambling, but if you have any, suggestions on what I should change, leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.